Okay, we covered DSLR cameras a little bit earlier, and remember, I'm going to use this for an interview maybe, and the audio stinks on it. I do not want to see you guys using camera mic interviews, if you can help it. For this class with COVID-19, if you use on-camera mics, like if you use this, get the camera close to the person and set them as wide as you can, because the mics on these are not built really to pick up audio. Okay, so but with where we're at this quarter, if you have to, you can use that. But normally, if I'm using this, I would also have a setup where I would be able to do a dual system record. This is a Zoom H4n. It's a little portable recorder, and with the audio lecture I did earlier with the regular video cameras, it's the same principles. We have an XLR input, so a professional audio input. I have a level meters that I can check my levels, and I can record. But the headache is, I record the picture and sound of this, and I record the sound of the Zoom recorder, and then in post, I take the audio from the Zoom and replace the audio from this. So you still need audio from this, which is not a great audio, and then you're going to replace it with the better audio here. Even if I have a really good video camera, I sometimes will still use this because it gets better quality sound than what a regular, even a video camera could do. So if I'm setting up an interview with dual system, I got my camera all set up. The next thing I'm going to do is set up my Zoom recorder. So here's my cable. Remember what kind of cable this is, an XLR cable. And I'm going to go into input 1. Remember, I have inputs, XLR professional inputs into the Zoom recorder. Okay, with the Zoom recorder, I got 2 mics on top. I also have these inputs. So I have inputs right here. So I want to choose input 1 and 2. If I have mic chose up on top, it'll record through these, so it kind of defeats the purpose of what I'm doing. And then I'm going to plug my microphone in. And again, it's XLR. And remember, we talked about phantom power. This mic has to have phantom power. The Zoom recorder has phantom power. Okay, so I'm going to mic myself, and I'm going to put this on me. Okay, and remember, you should have headphones if you're doing audio. So with the Zoom recorder, one mistake people make is you click it once and you notice how it's blinking. I don't see levels here till I'm blinking. And as you can see, you got levels going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I can set those levels. They look pretty good. Actually a little bit high. I'm going to take them down a little bit. Test 1, 2. Those look pretty good to me. Okay, and I want to make sure they're coming from the right place. So yeah, they are coming from this input. And again, I have to have my phantom power on because this mic has to be phantom powered. Okay, so I set my levels. I have phantom power. I got my input. I know I got the right stuff. So I'm ready to record a little thing. So with your input set, your level set, okay, before you start recording, you record on the camera, then you hit record on here. So I'm going to hit record. Now it's solid. It has a number going. And you also need to do a clap or a slate. You'll see a spike so when we go into post. So this is a test of the XLR. We're going to show you guys how to, in post, match these up. So I'm recording on the camera and I'm recording on the Zoom recorder. Okay, and I clapped again for a slate. And the nice thing about that clap, it gives you a visual if it's on the camera too. So let's say we screwed up and the audio wasn't coming through on the camera mic. So you could match the visual where you see something hit, and you know that's where the spike should be on the Zoom recorder. Okay, so I just recorded audio to this, video to the camera, and then I'm gonna stop. Now I should have a, you can record MP3s or WAV files. It doesn't matter. You choose what works best for you. I'm set up for WAV files on this Zoom recorder. The other thing is you can choose quality. This little recorder will go up to 96K audio, so that's 96,000 samples per second, where the video cameras, I think, will max at 48,000 samples per second. So you get a little better quality with a standalone audio recorder. Okay, so that's a dual system record. Okay, using a Zoom and the video camera. You can also buy inputs for different cameras. So if I had a Sony a7S, I can look for a module that'll click on here and it'll have an XLR input. So then the XLR input would go into the audio input. So it wouldn't be a dual system. It's a little faster doing it that way. Okay, and there's other companies that make little boxes you can put on the bottom, and it gives you professional audio inputs, levels, phantom power, and then it goes into the camera. It's an easier way to do it that way, because the headache with dual system recording is you have to match it up in post. So a big mistake people have is they don't organize in the field well. So let's say you had 100 clips, 100 clips on there, 100 clips on here, and somebody doesn't always start and stop good. It kind of becomes a headache when you're doing dual system records. There are products like Red Giant makes a program called Pluralize, and with Pluralize, you take the 100 clips from the camera and 100 clips from the Zoom recorder, and you would put them, all the media, into this Pluralize program, and it syncs it all for you. You don't have to do it manually like we're going to show you in Premiere Pro. So it's a little faster that way, and it works with Premiere Pro. Okay, so as a review, dual system record. You know, a dual system record is video and audio from the camera, audio from the Zoom, and then you marry them together and post them in Premiere Pro. So it can give you better quality, and it makes up for the bad audio inputs and no audio inputs in a DSLR camera. So, and again, you can do that at the high end if where you have better audio recorders than your video will allow. That is a dual system audio record using a Zoom recorder.